That's a lot of damage!
Hontanil Tulian Mildanin, and thank you once again for joining me. My name is Aramil, and today we will be reviewing Campaign 3, Episode 4 of Critical Role. The first half, we'll say. I'm really excited. I'm about to grab some snacks. We got like 5-10 minutes before it properly starts. Whew. I'm really excited to see if Travis brings in a new character immediately, or how they plan on introducing him. Will Estro say, "Oh, here, have one more," or what? I'm not certain, but I am looking forward to seeing how a new character is brought in. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. I love the music and a lot of brilliant artwork that they've got. Fans of Critical Role, sure, I'm a big bunch. Sam's advertisements continue to amaze and impress, and I enjoy it continuously. Now, Travis is here. Is here. There we go. So I assume he's gonna have a character. I just can't wait to see who/what they are. I would definitely wear that sweater, unironically.
Found himself joined by an unexpected individual in the alley. As he lay there, left bleeding and alone. Imogen, a familiar nightmare, came to you on the windowed wall.
Okay, now look. Travis isn't even there now. Ooh. Rapid firing some NPCs who are being awakened at like 4 or 5 in the morning. Marvelous.
The door opens up in front of you.
Bertrand?
With the impact, you hear faster and higher up in your chest. Your throat begins to close slightly with the...
You know, one thing about D&D is that there's a lot of death. Like, an insane amount of killing. So, when a player character dies, especially as DMs, we need to make sure that it is impactful as much as we can. And don't let your characters get too jaded. Don't, like, bog it down the game, unless you're going for that kind of vibe. But make sure the players remember that, you know, life matters.
We're going through these. We got some peanuts.
No, we're not.
We're
We're
not two choice items.
Give me a peanut.
Peanut.
No.
Delicious peanuts.
I do like the icy hot.
The icy hot.
Good.
TV guide.
TV guide is really good.
I'll leave the rest.
Yes, there's good articles every week.
Oh, man. Sometimes you go through a character's inventory and there's a lot of weird shit. I can only imagine what kind of weird stuff you'd pick up after, you know, decades of mucking about. It's sad that it happened to Bertrand, but it is a good point that if the player characters start, you know, messing up in the criminal underworld's gonna mess back, and they play dirty. So, if characters start wandering off one at a time, they're gonna get picked off. Or at the very least, if they've just, you know, kind of messed around, they'll get jumped, basically, and beat up, taught a lesson, whatever. But make sure that your players may don't outright tell them, but maybe if there's a rogue, they'd have some sort of intuition, like, if you mess around, well, you know the phrase, and fuck around and find out. And, yeah. FCG and Ashton are going to be up, you know, peppy and chipper and whatnot, and everybody else is going to be dead tired and totally just, well, morose, sad, and have to explain everything again. It's going to be great. Hey guys, good morning! Bertrand is dead. Well, now I feel bad that I didn't get him a sandwich. What an amazing group. Also, I thoroughly enjoy that FCG is basically a therapist. He's a cleric therapist. Honestly, I think a lot of adventurers need therapy. Let's be real. Damn, some real hate on Werthers. Jeez. What the fuck is this? I don't remember Mr. I don't remember Mr. being mentioned
Do you think
before this
Mr.
one.
would like pate?
What the
Pate.
Okay.
Flaming monkey. Also, Matt has an impressive monkey impression. Also, really quickly thinking about the weary way. Is it just me, or is it kind of weird that a room, actually a very nice in-room, with two balconies, both facing an alleyway? Whatever. Matt Mercer's ability to come up with names on the fly, it makes me jealous. Honestly, it might be a good clue to figure out who is currently renting the room, because, I mean, it might be a lead. Could be Dennis, but, you know. While Orm's currently spelunking, this is a good time for me to mention that things like, what are the shade stalkers, or kobolds, or goblins are pretty weak enemies. But remember that they're also small. Let them build small. Honestly, why would goblins or kobolds build, you know, a lair that a medium-sized creature can wander into in the first place? Make those fuckers crouch. Give them a lot of disadvantage or the appropriate penalties, depending on what edition you're playing. Don't let the goblins and kobolds just be that stupid. Fool of a took. Jeez. I would... A 1,200-foot drop, I would definitely be asking them to pull me up, and quickly, please. That is an incredible amount that's been dug, also. Just thinking about that is mind-boggling. Whew. Side note, if there is enough of a draft that a coin could be just whisked sideways at all, really, that means there has to be a fair amount of air coming from somewhere and going to somewhere. So, kind of, I don't know if that can be tracked or anything, but, yeah, thoughts. I think Orem is the third most athletic, or at least long-jumping character that I've ever come across. That's pretty good at third level. Impressive. Alright, so we've hit the break, which means that, well, we can recap a little bit. So it's a very interesting bit of mystery. Definitely a place where the players are like, okay, we're not certain exactly where to go from here, so back to the patron and maybe pluck a string or pull on a thread. Now, one thing that I did want to just briefly touch on, bribing in D&D. I feel like it maybe it's my group again, but it's not done very often. Just when you do it, try to get a it's not sense motive in 5e. In 3.5 it's sense motive. Insight. Yeah, do an insight check on the NPC before you bribe them. All right. Try and get a bead on, whether you should bribe this person, because some people should not be bribed. Trying to bribe the town watch to overlook a minor crime might just land you in bigger trouble because you just committed another crime. But yeah, it was good. The way they roleplayed that was nice. They got a name for a Duggar, which seems kind of awkward for a dwarf, but a little on the nose. But Duggar, Doug, digging. Cool. It's interesting. I'm excited to see where this goes. And if you are excited to see where this goes, as I've said before, leave a comment down below. Just let me know what you think. If you're enjoying this campaign as much as I am, yeah, say something about it. Give your fan theories. Is Estros a vampire? Let me know. And until next time, dear friends, Hantanil Tulien Meldenin, and farewell. 10 XP for listening to the DM ramble. Did anybody level up?